All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. 365, we making a place. You talking the game, get you to the days. We're high in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety, topics, living the same. All presentation, sports information. In the airways, taking the nation. All sport, all plays, they working your faces. Grace at the field, so tie the laces. All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. Network. We on top of our game. All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays.
Well, all right. Time to get into another episode of Unscripted. Thanks for joining us this evening. I hate to start this off on a somber note, fellas, but I want to bring this up real quick. As we just learned today, and I'm sure, I don't know if you guys saw it, it was just recently put out, but it looks like 6 New Mexico college with their golf coach. So 6 New Mexico students, college students, and their golf coach, along with were killed by a 13-year-old boy driving a truck, a Dodge 2500 truck. He crossed into the double yellow lines, went into the opposite flow of traffic. It was a 2-lane road, crossed over into it, and hit him head on. I think the spare tire he had on the front blew out right before the collision. Either way, they had a collision. It was a fiery. Both cars went up in flames, killed everybody on board. With the exception of 2 Canadian golfers that were in the van. They actually survived, and they're in a stable condition. But 6 golfers, 1 golfing coach, and 1 13-year-old, and I'm assuming it's his father, or at least some adult figure that was 38 years old, driving with him, all perished in this accident. They had just played they were playing in a golf tournament just outside Dallas area. And they were driving back. I guess they must have been driving to their hotel or what have you when this all happened. And at the end of the day, man, my heart goes out to my heart. And actually, one of them was one of the 6 that was killed was from Portugal. The other 5 were actually from the university or from the U.S. at their university. But the guy from Portugal, I think he was a transfer student from Portugal, attending the university, and was killed and perished. It's a sad day. My heart goes out. It's a sad. 13 years of age. Look, I understand we let people drive at young age, especially out in the rural areas and the country areas where not a whole lot goes on. They typically start them driving a little bit earlier. But at 13 years of age, it's not legal to drive in Texas. You have to be 14 to start the program and 15 to actually start physically driving with a mentor of some sort. And it's just saddens me that this guy put a kid behind the wheel of a vehicle going over 75 miles an hour on a 2-lane road at nighttime. And as you can see, he's no longer with us, nor are those college kids, nor the golf coach, or his father. And it saddens me, it grieves me, and my heart goes out to them. Yeah, man. I don't know if you guys heard that. Did you guys hear that, or did you guys see that article, Logan or Chris?
I'd heard about it last night. I saw it on TV. Them talking about
Hello?
it.
Yeah. I heard a little bit.
Lucy?
Of it. I wasn't aware of all of it, man. That's crazy.
Hello?
It's a sad situation all around.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you, Joe.
Did you hear me before or no?
Yeah, loud and clear.
Okay, yeah, I think my mic's acting kind of crazy on me, so I gotta fix that. But yeah, what do you guys? I mean, did you guys see that article, or did you see that in the papers?
I had heard a little bit about it. I didn't hear about all the details that you just explained, but I mean, it's a crazy story, right? I get, wanting to drive when you're a teenager and everything. I'm not too far away, or, I'm not too far removed from driving myself. I mean, I'm 24, going on 25. So, I mean, about 10 years ago, I was like, man, I want to drive. But I mean, like I said, you're not supposed to be going on the highway and stuff like that, man. If you wanna go do that, go into like an empty parking lot or somewhere safe, not on the roads, especially at night. There's a lot of people older than me, right? Maybe you guys even that don't even like driving at night. So it's just an awful situation, and it sucks to hear for all the parties involved. What about you, Chris?
Yeah, I saw actually something about it last night on TV when I was watching the basketball game.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, just a sad situation. Like I said, I know, like Jay said, out in like rural areas, you'll see 13, 14-year-olds drive out in the country on a farm or something. But you usually don't hear about 13-year-olds driving on a highway or a major road going 70 miles an hour. That's just a sad situation that could have been avoided.
100%.
Yeah, it's just crazy to me. And I mean, and I get it, man. Listen, I've been up in Wisconsin where they have rural areas, and I mean, there's nothing for miles and miles and miles on a road. And hey, look, if it's in a controlled environment where nothing's going on, I get it. Whatever, teach your kid how to drive, whatever. Right. But at nighttime on a 2-lane,
yeah, that's just.
I don't know, man. I think to me that's not a very good controlled atmosphere to be driving on. But like I said, they have a memorial over there at the golf course that they're actually having the tournament at, and they're honoring those fine students and things of that nature. And again, I think for everybody at Unscripted, our hearts go out to those guys. And we'll keep you in our hearts and prayers, and the families, of course, in our hearts and prayers. Turn on to lighter news. Brittany Griner, her court date got pushed out to May 19th over this hashish oils that were found in her luggage as she was going through the thing. I tell you, folks, hey, listen, they're not playing around in Russia. They're going to drag this out for a hot minute.
No. I feel like this needs to be a bigger story, Jay. Honestly, because I mean.
Yeah.
And that, she's a premier athlete in the U.S. And it just seems like you just kind of like, oh, I wonder what she's doing today. It's not like an urgent situation, I don't feel, from really anyone. I mean, I know we're speaking about it. We have before. But I feel like it's not getting nearly as much coverage or urgency as it has been. So, I mean, she's been over there for a couple of weeks now. And who knows?
Absolutely.
Who knows what's going on? We have no idea.
And the thing about it is, and Chris, I want your opinion on this as well. I read something on this. So she in Russia, we're talking about women's equality here in the U.S. We're talking about fair pay for women in the U.S. And it's interesting to me that Brittany Griner, playing for one of the Russian teams, was actually getting paid quadruple her WNBA salary. Like, she's making well over $1 million playing in Russia. But yeah, she only makes the bare minimum, maybe a couple $100,000 playing in the U.S. Is it just me, or do you see the disparity in how we pay our athletes here in the U.S. versus what they're getting paid abroad?
Oh yeah, you see a big disparity, and it's crazy. But I mean, why play in the WNBA if you could go over and make $1 million?
Right.
Exactly, and that's my point.
And
that's right, guys. That's my point.
And the other thing with what Logan was saying about you haven't heard much about it. Hell, one of the Ball brothers a couple years ago, he got caught stealing. Hell, the president was involved in trying to get him home.
Right, he stole. I think it was a belt.
You have one of our top women's athletes over there, and nothing's being done. It makes no sense.
It really doesn't. That was LeAngelo, right?
Yeah, it was LeAngelo.
Yeah, the young
LeAngelo Ball. Yeah. I think I believe he's like the middle son.
Yeah, he's in. Yeah. I don't know if he's in the G League still, but he was earlier in the year. I know.
So here's my deal. Number one, hashtag free Brittany Griner. Number two, it seems to be the only advantage to her playing in the U.S. it would be maybe for endorsements.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe she gets her endorsement deals here in the U.S. And then, not that she's not probably getting endorsement deals in the Ukraine or Russia as well. I'm sure she's got to be getting. I'm sure she's in commercials or whatever over there. So I'm sure she's got to be getting endorsements as well over there. But I would have to imagine, obviously, she's relying on her Russian salary to pay the majority of her bills, and then using the U.S. for her endorsements. That's what I'm guessing.
That could be it. We got some comments coming in from Anthony Price, Jay. He said, ain't no weed that good to bring back from overseas. That's why players go overseas. It's more money. And he's saying to Chris, it's different. It's a war now. Back then with LiAngelo, it wasn't. And we're not saying we're not getting involved in all that. But I think what Chris is saying, Chris, correct me if I'm wrong, is that LiAngelo Ball stole, I think it was a Gucci belt or something, and the president got involved.
Right.
Brandon has been detained.
That's
in
all the
Russia
media
for
talked
weeks.
about for days.
Yeah, and she's been over there for probably maybe 2 weeks at this point at least. And it's just you hear every few days you get an update on it, not like an hourly thing like it probably should be. There, like I said, there's not nearly enough urgency that I feel that we should be giving this situation.
Yeah, I totally agree with that as well. My other hashtag that I had going forward was hashtag free Baker Mayfield.
Oh, we'll get on Baker a little bit. We got Baker coming up.
I'm not going in depth on that one. We're going to talk about it here in a minute. But I'm just throwing a couple of shout outs before we get the program started. Free Brittany Griner hashtag and hashtag free Baker Mayfield. Stop letting Deshaun Watson control his fate. And we move on, folks. We're going to get this party started. Talking about Randy Gregory screws over the Dallas Cowboys. Did the Cowboys try to do Randy Gregory dirty? Let me tell you, folks. Let me tell you something. Can I have the floor for a minute, guys? Is it okay if I have the floor for a minute?
Jay, take as long as you need, my friend. I picked this one and this title just for you, so please go ahead.
I think he just took the stuff out of the stream.
he got, you know what it is, Chris? He got so upset that he accidentally left the studio. I think that's what it was. He was so upset about this topic.
I'm so upset I hit the wrong damn button.
There it is. See, there it is again. Oh, he's getting full screen on. Okay, that's how you know it's serious. Tell the people, Jay, what you think.
Let me tell you something. Listen, let me be honest, folks. Listen, I've been with the Cowboys for a long time. I've ridden this train till the wheels have fallen off, and let me tell you something. The Cowboys train, let me tell you what it looks like. If we were a car, we're like a 1991 Mustang 5.0 LX. An LX because it's lighter and it goes faster than the GT. And that's what we are. We were lighter and we were faster. Now, fast forward to 2022, same 1991 Mustang, but now we got Bondo. We got a black fender on the right side. We got a green fender on the left side. We got some mismatched tires, and they're bald. And they got dents all over the place. That's what I feel like I've been through the last 25 freaking years with the Cowboys. That's what I feel like. Now listen, Randy Gregory. People think, Randy Gregory. Let me tell you something. The Dallas Cowboys are the most loyal organization there is. You don't believe me? How long has Randy Gregory been in the league? 6, 7 years? How many games he played? 50, whatever, maybe less than 50. All the drug suspensions, all the personnel conducts detrimental to the teams. All of the crap that Randy Gregory has done to the Dallas Cowboys, we've always stood by him. We've always said, hey, you got a spot here. We will hold a spot for you. Come to camp, get your life straight. We will help you. We will give you whatever therapy it is you need. Just get healthy and your spot's there for you. That's how much we love you. That's how loyal we are to you. And then you do this? You do this? So this is what I get for my loyalty to you as fans of the Dallas Cowboys. This is what we get as fans. This is the loyalty we get from Randy Gregory. Oh, Randy Gregory. He should have been more loyal. The fact that he did the Cowboys the way he did it, and why did he do it? Because he didn't like the language in the contract. He didn't like the language. He didn't like the fact that the Cowboys said, hey, Randy, in past contracts, man, we dealt with the drugs, the personal conducts, all this stuff we've dealt with. But now we need something back. Randy. We can't just let you keep going the way you're going. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to give you all the money you want. The same amount of money that Denver gave you, we're giving that same amount of money. 5 years, 70 mil, 28, whatever it was, million guaranteed. All that's there. The only difference is we want you to understand that if you do drugs or if you do things that are detrimental to the NFL, basically if you do crazy crap, illegal crap, then we're going to fine you or we're going to hold money. We're going to void money from you. That's not too much to ask for, given your conduct in the past. Are we asking too much of you? We've been loyal. We're still paying you. We're still keeping you, even though all this. But because the Denver Broncos, I guess, don't have that same language, well, then I'm gonna diss them. I'm gonna screw over the parents that provided all that free room and board for me to get to college and the pros. I'm gonna screw them over, and I'm gonna go on to somebody else. Good luck, Denver. He didn't want to sign a contract because he couldn't stay out of trouble. And that's what you inherited for $70 million. A guy who can't stay out of trouble, doesn't want to sign a contract saying that he'll stay out of trouble. That's what you inherited. And I hope he screws you over. Good luck, Randy. See you later. Bon voyage. All right, I'm done. I'm off my rant. That was like therapeutic. I want you to know that was very therapeutic for me. I appreciate.
I'm glad, Jay.
I appreciate you letting me go on that rant. That was very, very therapeutic for me. Logan, your thoughts on Randy Gregory? Yes. By the way, Ray Bond, the beard is back. It's going to be epic. In about 2 years, it's going to be so epic, it's going to be retarded. Anyway.
I don't have much to say, Jay. You done said the vast majority of what all the Cowboys fans have said, so I'm going to just keep it brief. I mean, this isn't the first time this free agent period we've seen someone sign with the team, back out and go somewhere else. Who was it? J.D. McKissick, the running back, right? He said, I'm going to leave Washington and go, I forget where it was, maybe I think Buffalo. Yeah, and he's like, you know what? I don't feel like it was the same amount of money, too. And he's like, I just want to stay in Washington. I want to be a Commander. I want to get that fresh New Jersey.
Yeah.
But, yeah, with Randy, man, I think he saw, I don't know what it is. He might have saw that Von Miller was coming, excuse me, not Von Miller. He saw that Russell Wilson and all the other guys they've signed. It's like, you know what? We could maybe do something here. And like you said, he did the Cowboys dirty. And I feel like that's, you shouldn't say you're going to sign with somebody and then back out. This isn't college recruiting where you pick up the hat and then you place it back down. Come on, you're professionals. Don't be doing all this. And I he said the whole contract language and everything. And like you said, Jay, he's not a perfect player. He's been through some stuff. Cowboys stuck with him. But, I guess he didn't feel that same loyalty or what have you. And he decided to leave, go on to Denver and see what he can do there with the Broncos. But it's a weird situation. I'm sure it sucks for all the Cowboys fans out there. But, the draft's coming up. You still got a good bit of free agents left, so maybe you can find someone else. Or maybe two players. He also, Anthony Price said Zadarius Smith. Yeah, he did say, this is at least 3 times that this has happened. I'm sure there might be 1 or 2 more, but it's crazy, and I'm sure it ain't going to be the last time we hear about it. What you got about this, Gonzo?
You guys covered most of it, but one thing on the contract dispute, that clause that the Cowboys wanted to put in there had been in his other contracts that he had signed.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't like it was any different than the same clause that he had signed on his last contract, from the reports I read.
I wouldn't doubt it, Gonzo. I wouldn't doubt that, he was going to sign with Dallas. And then he saw Russell Wilson was coming to Denver and said, probably to himself, I bet we have a better chance of getting it with Denver. So I'm going to be disloyal as all hell. I'm going to be the prostitute, the whore that I am, and I'm going to go to Denver.
I don't think
say screw the Cowboys.
I don't think it was much about the clause. I think that's just an excuse.
Yeah. I think that's what it is too.
From that report,
because that makes sense to me.
Clause was in his contract last year.
Yeah, you got your point.
The
there,
last
Gonzo.
contract,
Who knows, man? It's crazy. But before we get
listen,
let's keep moving on.
Yeah, I get his business, man, but damn.
Right now.
Damn. All right, folks, let's talk about Adams. Tells the Packers he won't play on the franchise tag this year. Now, obviously, listen, how does it say? A woman scorn hath no fury. I think that's kind of the way Devontae Adams is thinking. I think he said, my woman, my bromance, my better half, my creme de la creme, got the King's lion's share of the money. And I'm over here like a pauper, like a man with a wool coat, with his little teacup out begging for scraps. And he didn't like what he was going to get. So he said, screw this crap. I'm not playing. You're gonna give me my money. You're gonna give me my money. But here's the deal: there's no money to give, Devontae. There's no money. You want what they don't have. So you're either going to play on the franchise tag or you're just not going to play that year. You take a year off of football, and I guess then maybe – how does that work, Logan? This is the part that I don't understand. So they franchise tag him.
Yep. If
he doesn't play this year in the franchise tag and he just says screws it and stays home and sits out, does that mean then that next year he can be a free agent, go to another team and carry on, or is he still committed to them?
I believe that's how it is. I think it's kind of like basketball. You have the restricted free agents.
No, actually, the team can franchise tag you up to 2 years. And since last time he signed a deal before they franchise tagged him, if he sits out this year, if Green Bay wants to, they can franchise tag him again.
So basically, in theory, if Davante Adams truly hates what he's getting paid, truly hates the Packers,
he have to sit out 2 seasons.
He will have to sit out 2 seasons before he can be relevant again.
Unless they trade him, yes.
I don't know what's going on, guys. I mean, because we saw it with Allen Robinson this last year, right? He said he didn't want to play for the Bears. He basically didn't. They didn't throw him the ball at all. I mean, we saw he just signed with the Rams, if I'm not mistaken. And I mean, he's a probably top 15, saying a good top 15 wide receiver in football. And the
Rams are looking pretty damn good, Logan, because they got enough money left over that they can bring in Odell Beckham. They got enough money to pay Odell. So in theory, they're going to have Odell.
They brought him in on a good deal.
Bro, they're going to have Odell, Robinson, Wood, and Cooper Kupp. I mean, could you imagine that?
That's lethal.
Bro, that's like a nuclear offense. Like, there's nothing you can do against that.
That's why they got the Super Bowl, too. But back
to Von Miller, you're good.
Yeah. Back with Adams, though. I'm surprised. I would think the Packers would try and trade him. It sounds like, he don't like it there anymore. I don't blame him. He's been through a lot with Rodgers. I'm sure he saw that.
Take him.
I know you would, Chris. But he saw that his quarterback got paid the Brinks truck. And meanwhile, he's like, I get franchise tagged. What am I doing this for? And he wants his money. I don't blame him. He's a great wide receiver. And the Packers could get a lot for him. You could get some good draft picks or some good pieces for Davante Adams. If you don't want to play, just trade him. It ain't that difficult. You can still get something for him. He's a top wide receiver in the league, and it sounds like he ain't going to play if he's still on this tag. I know he wants a contract done, but I mean the Packers ain't got enough money. They're running low already, so We'll see what they can do. What do you got on this, Chris?
Yeah, I think a lot of him not wanting to play on the franchise tag is he feels disrespected by Green Bay. The contract offer they've made to him, because the reports are saying that they're far apart on what he wants and what was offered. So I think he feels disrespected. That's why he's saying he's not going to play on the franchise tag. Plus, it's not smart for him to sign the franchise or sign a contract that don't have any more guaranteed money than like $60 million, because he's going to get $20 million this year. And then if they franchise him, tag him again next year, it'd be like another $44 million. So that's $64 million guaranteed that he would get on them franchise tags. So he'd be stupid to sign a contract that had any less guaranteed money than that $64 million.
Good point.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you. And I tell you what, people, if you don't understand, the Packers are, Aaron Rodgers, geez, man, I know he wanted all that money, but he really put that franchise in the bottom. There's no way.
He shouldn't have gotten paid that much. I get he's a good quarterback. But I mean, God, you've really strapped them for cash. He's going to be in his 40s by the time this contract's over, and he's going to be getting paid probably one of the highest amounts in football.
Yeah. And Logan, the difference between Brady and Rodgers is Brady was a team guy.
Oh, yeah.
Brady made his money. Brady made his money. But he also took pay cuts to facilitate moves so that the team could get better. And Aaron Rodgers is just all for self. Aaron Rodgers is just all for self. And when you get things like that, there's no way a team can get back to the Super Bowl. There's no way they can build a team around him to be Super Bowl worthy. And let's be honest, the Green Bay Packers have fallen behind the times. The rest of the NFL is passing them up with talent at every other position. And I don't care how good you think Aaron Rodgers is. He's not good enough to wheel him all the way to the Super Bowl by himself. And I think this is just going to be another carbon copy of last year, first-round exit for the Green Bay Packers.
Not a bad take.
Call me a liar.
I think they'll end up getting Adams signed.
I think it would be smart.
I think they'll end up getting Adams signed. They'll work out something, get him signed, and they're going to be a top team in the NFC again, like they were last year.
Yeah. It's still wild to me, guys, that in the last 30 years you've had Aaron Rodgers and Brett Favre, two of the top 30 or whatever quarterbacks in league history, and they've only gotten one Super Bowl apiece. How do you do that?
I'm telling you right now, man. Hey, I promise you, man. Listen, I promise you, the NFC is going to come down to another final blowout game it's going to be between Tampa and LA. That's going to be your NFC showdown. Now, they may have to, it may be like it was last year where they play each other and then they got to go play another team. But that really is your best matchup in the NFC. I don't think there's a better matchup in the NFC outside of that matchup. Can you guys think of any other matchup that the NFC could offer that would be better than that?
I'll tell you what, if the Saints get Deshaun Watson, they could be pretty tough.
Yeah,
that's
the
true.
They have and the offensive weapons they have.
We'll talk about Deshaun Watson here in a minute. I'm gonna save that one because we're gonna dive into Deshaun Watson. So we're gonna go on to the next topic. But yeah, we got plenty to say about Deshaun. Yeah, let's talk about Michael Gallup real quick. Michael Gallup signed a 5-year deal with the Cowboys. I believe it was 5 years at $62.5 million. Here's the deal, folks. They let go of Amari Cooper because of salary cap issues. They kept Gallup to pair alongside of CeeDee Lamb. Gallup's coming off an ACL injury. We don't know how productive he's going to come back off of that injury. He's in his middle years. Do you think did the Cowboys overspend for somebody they don't know how they're going to come back off a major knee injury? For me, I don't want to say they overspent, but I think they could have. I think they could have came in around the $50 million. Excuse me, the $50 million range. Logan, did they overspend to keep Gallup?
I mean, I don't think so, Jay. Only because he is a dominant wide receiver, right? He's great. Plus, you basically had to keep him because you knew you were going to lose Cooper. So you had to spend, I think, a little bit more. It wasn't too big of an egregious oversell, I think. But, I mean, like I say, he is coming off an injury, so you do have that kind of looming in the back of your head. But, I mean, if he comes back healthy, I think he's worth the money. I do, because he is a very solid wide receiver for that Cowboys group. Plus, I mean, too, you didn't just lose him. You lost Wilson also to the Dolphins.
Yes. Oh, where did Wilson go?
He went to Miami.
Okay, I think I missed that one. Okay.
Yeah, all right. Because you lost two of your, 4 top receivers. Also, Anthony Price says Cooper is better than Gallup. Jay, what do you think about that, Jay? This is your team. Did you think Amari
honestly, he's not lying. No, he's not lying. Cooper is better than Gallup. You got to understand, because Cooper is Cooper, he took the double teams off of Gallup. Even Gallup came out and said, "Thank God for Cooper."
Right.
Even Gallup himself said having Cooper on the team made his job easier because the double team came off of Gallup and then was put on to Amari Cooper because he was double teamed. That allowed Gallup to do Gallup-like things. So absolutely, I do believe that Amari Cooper is better than Gallup. There's no question in my mind. But do I think that Cooper is worth the money he got? Not really.
No, not that much.
Not really. Gonzo, what do you think?
I think they would have been better off keeping Cooper. The thing that worries me about Gallup is that ACL. How's he going to come back from that ACL injury?
It worries me too.
If he comes back in his progression like he was before the injury, I think he'll be worth the money. But you just never know how somebody's going to react after coming back from surgery like that. That's a lot of money to take on a what if, and you knew what you had in Amari Cooper.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you on that. And I think that, not to switch gears off of this, but, the Bills just released Cole Beasley. I wouldn't be upset.
Make a reunion, Jay.
Listen, I would not be upset if they went and got Cole Beasley on the cheap and put him back in the slot and threw Amari out there not threw Amari, but threw he out there on the other outside line, right receiver spot and roll with that. I wouldn't be upset with that. That'd be just fine with me.
Didn't Beasley leave Dallas under?
Yeah, he became a free agent and he left. Yeah, Buffalo gave him more money, so he left. But there's no way. Beasley's obviously a little older in the tooth now, so there's no way he's going to get that kind of money. So they can pick him up on the cheap, and he's still a productive wideout and going across the middle.
Yeah, he was still good last year with Buffalo. Also, Jay Anthony is saying he's confused why the Cowboys cut Wilson. I don't know why they did either.
I don't know either. I would have definitely.
I guess they knew that he was going to get a big contract and they didn't want to pay him. That's the only reason I can think of. Because
Right.
I mean, let me see what he got paid in Miami. And they said, why Robinson? Why? So Cedric Wilson, let me check here. He got signed a 3-year, $22 million deal with the Dolphins.
Yeah, I would give him that because Cedric Wilson was a very good, reliable.
I told you
wide receiver
during the
last year.
season, Jay. I told you whenever Gallup went down, Wilson was arguably better than Cooper a little bit last year in certain games.
Yeah, he filled in. Like I said, he filled in nice because Cooper was getting the double team, and it freed up Cedric Wilson for the easier passes.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, I'm glad, happy the guy got his money, and see what he can do at Miami now. But I know that it just hits your receiver room pretty hard though.
Now I do see CeeDee Lamb getting doubled up on like Amari was, which hopefully will then free up Gallup to get his catches. That's my hope.
And then whoever else y'all get in
exactly
in the draft, he said
hashtag
Jerry
Jones almost got Cole Beasley.
Ooh, he said Adams. Wait, what? Hold on. This breaking news here.
I was going to say, I haven't seen that yet.
Hold on. Oh, he is right. Devontae Adams is being traded to the Raiders per Adam Schefter. Reunited with Derek Carr. Boy, am I happy now. Thank you, Damian Hernandez. Oh.
Devontae Adams.
Hold on a minute. Hold on. Before we get into this train and we go down this rabbit hole, I just want to address Anthony Price. Anthony Price, I know you're a Washington fan, and I know you're glad to see the Cowboys losing some key pieces. So I know this makes you happy, Anthony Price. I know this makes you happy. And I hope in the morning, before you go to work, and you have that bowl of Cheerios, I hope you choke on one of those Cheerios.
Hey, Jay, I hate to say this, but I think Washington's going to give Dallas a run for their money in that NFC.
Gonzo, we're not speaking that into existence, Gonzo. Gonzo, you're supposed to be my friend. You're supposed to be my friend. We're not speaking that into existence. Logan.
Yes, sir.
Logan.
I'm here, Jay. I hear you. What's up?
How you feel about Adams going to the Raiders?
I feel good. I wonder what we gave up, though. Probably that first-round draft pick.
It don't matter what you gave up. You're getting Devontae Adams.
Yeah. I'm trying to. That's why I'm checking my phone. I'm trying to see what if.
How do you think Aaron Rodgers feels?
He's probably.
Let me tell you how this plays out, folks. This is a domino effect. It's a domino effect between three people: Devontae, Aaron Rodgers, and Hackett. And it goes something like this: Aaron Rodgers sees that Devontae Adams is going to the Raiders, and his first reaction is, "No! No! No! Now I'm in purgatory."
Yeah.
And all the while,
now your best receiver is what's his name? Scantling.
Bro, his best receiver now is a no-name guy that nobody will care about.
All I'm finding is they said they're getting 2 prime 2022 picks and the player. But that's all the information I'm finding so far.
But hey, hold on a minute. Let me finish this soliloquy.
We got go ahead.
Soliloquy out. Hackett's in the background saying, Rodgers, I told you to come to Denver.
So I found here, guys. I found the deal, and also I forgot that Adams and Carr went to the same college together.
Yeah. So
that they got some chemistry. So already, Devontae Adams got his money, Jay. A 5-year, $141 million contract.
Woo!
He got that money. And the Raiders.
Now, let me ask you a question.
The Raiders have been cutting people, and they've been cutting people a lot, trading a lot of people. Plus, they got Chandler Jones the other day.
But see, let me ask you a question now. So that means, because we talked about this recently about the franchise tag, and could they sign people off the franchise tag, another team per se? So that means that Green Bay had to sign a tender with him in order for him to be traded to the Raiders. Am I right? Oh. Because he couldn't just leave off the franchise tag because he's franchise tagged. Am I right or wrong on that?
I think you're right. I think he had to sign, and then they probably told him they agreed to trade him. He probably had to sign, and then they traded him. I'm pretty sure you're right on that, Jay.
Right. So he probably signed that tender and then got traded off that tender and then got his big cash payday.
Yeah.
So also there's a quote from Derek Carr last year. He said, talking about Adams whenever he was going to be a free agent, if he was going to be, he said, quote, I'm going to go full court press the guy when he's a free agent. There's no doubt I'll buy him a car, whatever I got to do. He'd fit so well here. Well,
bro, are you kidding me? Carr just lost Ruggs, his number one whiteout.
You got a lot better.
I was gonna say he just got a lot better than what Ruggs is.
Woo. Bro,
I feel good, man. I feel real good because you got Carr, you got Jacobs in the backfield, you got Waller. It's looking pretty nice,
bro. Derek Carr saying, "Hell yes, let's roll it. Let's go, folks. Let's go." We got Max Crosby under contract.
Yeah,
we just picked up Devontae Adams. I'm ready to go.
There you go. Oh, my bad.
And I got Waller too. So I got Waller, I got Jacobs, and I got Devontae Adams. Oh, I'm ready. Let's get this party started.
Sorry, I was watching the IU game. I got excited.
Hey, it's also thank you, Frankie, for putting it in there under Unscripted, I believe. So thanks, buddy. All right, shouldn't you be at work? Shouldn't you be working right now for the man? I don't know it.
Hey, listen. Hey, Frankie does Frankie things. Frankie's controlling Frankie. By the way, folks, current score: Kentucky, St. Peter's. Kentucky's at 24, St. Peter's 22 with 8:07 left to play in the first. And we move on to the next topic. Man, Logan, I know you happy as hell.
Jay, that made my night, Jay. That made my St. Patrick's Day right there.
Jeez, man. You know, if I didn't know any better, I almost thought that was April Fool's Day.
I thought it was because whenever I saw thanks David Hernandez for giving us that information.
I saw that.
Thanks for that.
I thought it was twice to make sure I didn't misread it. I was like, wait a minute.
Let's say I'm like, all right, what other Adams is in the league right now? But that was Jay. That's perfect timing right there. We had the topic on the screen. Couldn't get much better, brother. Good job.
No, I really couldn't. Let's talk about Fernando Tatis. Could miss up to 3 months with a broken wrist. Fernando Tatis Jr. has a fractured wrist. AJ Preller says up to 3 months of recovery time. So for the Padres, that's a big blow. That's a big blow. So as we get this season started, which we already got, by the way, we already got spring training started. I think was it today that spring training started? I believe it was.
Today.
Yes, sir. So spring training got underway today, and he's going to miss 3 months. So that puts him at, was it March to April to May? That puts him in June. He comes back to the Padres at some point in June. Do you think, Logan, that he's going to be out 3 months? How do you think this is going to affect the Padres in terms of their positioning in the standings going forward?
It's going to hurt them, Jay. This is their best player. This is your star player you paid a bunch of money to. And I hate to say it, Jay, but he's proven that he's not the most, safest player in the world. He gets hurt a decent amount. I mean, he was out last year, right, when he swung through too much and hurt his shoulder, I believe. I mean, he had a couple of small injuries, and this one wasn't even a baseball activity. He was on a motorcycle, and he got hurt. So, I mean, this was something that definitely could have been prevented. I mean, I get the accidents happen and everything, but I mean, how many times have we seen players? Doesn't matter if it's baseball, basketball, whatever, any sport. You're on a motorcycle and you break a leg, you break whatever it is, right? We've seen that count. We see it pretty much every off season. I don't know why. I mean, I know the manager for the Padres said, his days riding a motorcycle are behind him. So, I mean, this could have been prevented, and it's going to hurt the Padres for the first 3 months of the season because the NL West is getting better and better. I mean, the Giants won the division last year. The Dodgers are stacked to the gills now. The Rockies just got Chris Bryant. And, the Padres were let down last year. Let's not forget. They were supposed to be the team with the 100-plus wins. They were supposed to be the ones winning that division, and they were in third place. So this is definitely not going to help them out. It sucks that we're going to miss Tatis even more because whenever he is on the field, he's probably one of the best players in the league. But, I mean, this could have been prevented, and it's going to hurt their standings first couple of months. So there's no doubt about that.
Gonzo.
Yeah, this
is making probably hundreds of millions of dollars.
Oh, yeah, he's got one of the highest paid contracts. Right
now. Watch this. He's making more money than probably all of Hinesville together. Every person in Hinesville, that's probably like several 100,000 because of the military. You take several 100,000 people, add up all their paychecks,
Jay,
and probably didn't even come up with one paycheck that Tatis is getting.
He's getting paid for 14 years. Take a guess how much millions of dollars.
I think he's getting around what, 500 mil? Half 500 mil?
No. 340.
Okay, I'm sorry, my bad.
That's a lesser number.
I guess that's the Walmart. I guess that's the Walmart price.
That's
the blue line special at Kmart. I don't care. $340 freaking million.
And
that's more than that. Okay, Gonzo, my question is this. You're getting paid $340 freaking million. Is it really smart to get on a freaking motorcycle when you're worth that much money, given the inherent risk of all of that? And let me ask you this, and let me say this real quick before you go, Gonzo. There's got to be, look, let me tell you something. Every insurance company, everybody that insures players, they have a risk management person. Mm-hmm. And they come out and they say, hey, Tatis, you're worth about $340 million. I don't recommend that you get a motorcycle. It's too risky. Here's all the things that can go wrong. These are all the reasons why we don't think we can insure you, because your lifestyle is too risky. That's what they have. The insurance companies had that guy. And I got to think at some point that guy had to have a conversation with Tatis saying, hey, motorcycle is not in your best interest. Anyway, Gonzo, is it a dumb idea for a man making $340 million to get a damn motorcycle and go for a ride?
Yes. Wait till you're done playing. Wait till you're retired, done playing baseball. And he probably cost himself some money, because I'm sure it was in the contract somewhere that if you got hurt off the field or doing certain things, that some of your money got voided. So it might have cost himself some money. But not only that, not only is this going to hurt the Padres, because in the division they're in, they can't be a team like, for instance, the Washington Nationals a few years ago, who was the worst team in baseball the first half of the season. Mm-hmm. And then after All-Star break, went on a run and won the World Series.
No, you got to be consistent throughout.
Padres don't have that luxury in the division they're in because of the Giants and the Dodgers. So this is really going to hurt them. And not only the Padres, it's going to hurt baseball for the opening first 3 months, because he's one of the few players that the younger generation of baseball fans know. He's a big fan favorite, especially for the younger fans. So this is a blow for the Padres and a blow for Major League Baseball.
No doubt. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And let me just say, folks, that on a lighter note, God, is it just great to have sports back?
It is, man.
I mean, honestly,
it's great.
We got basketball.
We got Madness.
Football. We got baseball coming up. I mean, what a time to be alive.
It's back, Jay. The world's opening back up again. It's nice to see after we were all in a hole for 2 years. It's nice to see you, brother. Happy to see it and be here.
Just what a time to be alive, Logan and Gonzo.
Honestly, man.
And we got freaking wrestling. What a time to be alive. We got WrestleMania.
Well, yeah, WrestleMania,
folks.
WrestleMania
April
in about
2nd,
3
April
weeks.
3rd. Be here. April 2nd, April 3rd. Be here for Unscripted. Gonzo is going to teach us, or he's going to teach me, all about wrestling while WrestleMania is going on.
Jay, also, we're getting the return of Frankie C. for those.
And Frankie C. will be back.
He has said he is coming back for those shows 1 night only, or 2 nights, just depends. And he'll be.
Okay, fast rundown. Michigan beat Colorado State. Memphis beat Boise State. Baylor overtook Norfolk. Richmond stunned number 5 Iowa. Providence beat South Dakota State. Tennessee beat Longwood. And Gonzaga over Georgia State. North Carolina routed Marquette. Mm-hmm. And as it stands right now, Kentucky is 26, St. Peter's 23. I will tell you this, folks. Baylor has a 7% chance to make the title game and win it. Providence doesn't make it out of the top 32.
I'm upset Georgia State didn't pull it off, Jay.
Hey, watch this. Gonzaga's got a 23% chance to win the title. Texas has an 18% chance to get to the Sweet 16. Virginia Tech has a 32% chance to reach the 32. Purdue has a 17% chance to reach the Final Four. Murray State has a 12% chance to reach the Sweet 16. San Francisco has a 45% chance to reach the top 32. Kentucky's got a 32% chance to reach the Final Four. St. Peter's, given today, we'll see how that goes. Right now, they got a 5% chance to reach the top 32, and it's looking halfway decent that 5% may hold true. Arizona's got an 8% chance to win the title. Seton Hall has a 49% chance to reach the 32. TCU has a 52% chance to reach the 32. Houston has a 10% chance to win the title. UAB has a 14% chance to reach the final 32. Illinois has 28% chance to reach the final or Sweet 16. Chattanooga's got a 22% chance to reach the 32. Ohio State has a 52% chance to reach the 32. And last but not least, Loyola has a 48% chance to reach the final 32. Logan, your thoughts on
after that, Jerry G sound like an auctioneer just raffling off stuff. But yeah, March is here, man. Like you say, you mentioned that one upset with Richmond, right?
I'm sorry. By the way, I went out of order. I apologize, Logan. I went out of order.
It's all right. We'll roll back and get it. Yeah. So I mean, it's been crazy, man. Like I said, this is the first actual day of March Madness. And we got a lot of good games coming up this weekend. Like I said, we'll keep this March Madness recap topic in here throughout the whole tournament. So that's always something we're going to be looking forward to each and every show. Just recap what's going on, man. But, hey, we've had some good games today, and they're still not over.
Logan, I'm from H-Town. We got a 10% chance to win the title.
That's not bad, Jay. That is not bad.
Might want to start putting your money down now because if they make it to the title game, I guarantee they'll be an underdog. And Houston, I think they might surprise us this year. I'm just going to put that out there. I'm just trying to tell you, I think Houston is going to be that dark horse that surprises us this year and wins the title. I'm going to put that out. Gonzo, your thoughts on March Madness?
Oh, man, there's been some crazy games today. Georgia State looked like they were going to
hey, man, I don't got a dog in this fight, but I was hoping for Georgia State, man.
God, is it so hard for Georgia State to just beat that team to beat Gonzaga?
I mean, hey, 1-16, man.
Gonzaga just pulled away.
Yeah, that second half. They was close in the first half. It was a 3-point ball game at half. And then, then obviously you see why they were number one. Their team was 16. But I'm just saying. But, oh, well, there goes the Georgia representative, I think, Jay. So it is what it is.
Yeah, real quick. Indiana is up 18 over St. Mary's at 14, and New Mexico State is 32. UConn 22. Creighton is at 10. I believe is that San Diego State they're playing?
That sounds
or
right.
South Dakota.
Oh,
I think it's San Diego. Either way, SDSU at 14.
1 of 2.
Yeah, and then San Diego State University. So Creighton 10, San Diego State University 14. And then Memphis beat Boise 64-50, whatever.
Hey, also, Jay, there was a comment up there by Damian Hernandez said the Colts are looking to trade for Matt Ryan. What did I say in the opening, Jay? What did I say in the opening?
Yeah. Hey, seriously, no doubt, man. No doubt, bro.
I guess Matt Ryan's about the best option out there.
I mean, honestly, because like I said, as much flack as he gets, Chris, he's not a bad quarterback. It's not like he's 45.
Yeah, he's not terrible.
He's a good veteran quarterback who you could have on your team for a season or two before you get something in the draft. That's all. Just a nice buffer. Right? He can maybe do something good in the playoffs. You never know.
How much better is he than Carson Wentz? I don't think he's at this point in his career. I don't think he's that much better than what Carson Wentz.
No, I mean, only thing he's got over him is some awards. He's got MVP, but I mean, he is late 30s. He got drafted in 08, 09. So, I mean, that's at least 15 years in the league. So, he ain't young, but you do get a good veteran. If that does go the way it is, and that's looking like how it's going to be, is Watson's going to Atlanta. And hey, Jay, we can go watch a football game with him. How about that?
Hell yes. Hey, real quick. Talk about, I guess, I know I skipped over free agency for the NFL. Real quick, Mayfield is requesting a trade.
It said the Browns ain't going to do that.
A trade from the Browns. The Browns are basically going to deny his request for a trade. My question is this, because this is a pretty big thing when it comes to free agency. How do you guys feel about Baker? Do you think two questions. I don't want each of you guys to answer each question. So I'm gonna give it to Logan and then Gonzo. Same 2 questions for you. My question is this: number one, does Baker work out a trade at some level with management? Does he convince management to somehow trade him? And if not, how can the Browns even possibly, or do you even think that there will be that's the question. Do you think that there will be a rift between Baker and the team now that he was put on the trading block and basically issued out his sacraments, his last goodbyes, if you will? Now he's what? Now he feels like sloppy seconds because Deshaun turned down Cleveland.
Yeah.
And now he's gonna stay.
So
number one question is do you think he still gets traded? And number two question is, can the Browns repair the rift with Baker? Logan, you go first.
I don't think he gets traded this year. Like I said, he's still. I think his contract year is coming up. I think maybe this year, next year, somewhat soon. I think the Browns have already kind of shot themselves in the foot, Jay. It came out earlier today or yesterday. The Browns want an adult quarterback over Baker Mayfield, whatever that means. This is their best quarterback they've had in the last 25 years, and they're pushing him out of town for who knows what reason. I get Deshaun Watson's the pretty girl at school or whatever, and you want her, but Baker's, he's your best quarterback you've had in a long time. I get the whole Odell situation was not ideal, but I don't know why I would keep him around for another season, Jay. What's the rush? You're not getting
I don't get it either.
And he's been there for I get he's not living up to his hype as he once was, but it's not like he's a bottom tier quarterback, I don't think.
But Logan, the second part of that question is, can they repair the rift with Baker and make him feel? Because watch this. One thing we all know this about Baker. Baker is an emotional guy.
Right. For better or for worse.
You don't just go plant the damn flag in the middle of the Ohio State field if you're not a passionate, energy-fed guy that has egocentric written all over your ass. And you're going to tell me that you want me with that attitude and that arrogance to be second fiddle to Deshaun Watson and be your sloppy second leftovers because you couldn't land the guy you really wanted. And now you want me to come back and play for you and be happy about it? Logan, a guy that has that kind of attitude and thinking and just mantra, you think he can just come back and play like it never happened?
I don't know, Jay. I think, there is an old saying that money cures all. So, if he plays good, and if the Browns give him some money, that might be able to repair that rift. But it sounds like they're already far apart, and it's kind of looking like, how Aaron Rodgers was this past year. He said he was unhappy with the management and all this. What just happened to him? He just got paid a lot of money for a couple more seasons, and it's like, all water in the bridge now. But I don't know, man. If you were to trade him, you could probably get a decent bit for him, but you won't have a quarterback. Who would you trade him for? There's not that many quarterbacks left in the left.
No, I get it. I get it. Yeah, I get it.
I don't know if there'd be a lot of. I don't know if there'd be a big trade market for him.
No, because he didn't have a good year last year. There's no doubt he had a bad year in 2020-21. He got surgery on, I think, his shoulder or something, right? And maybe that was the issue, right? But this is a proving year. I'll say this before I give it out to Chris. This is a proving year for Baker Mayfield. Is he a legit quarterback for the Browns' future? Or is he going to be trade bait this time next year? We'll see. Chris?
I think that he'll end up the Browns aren't going to trade him.
Not this year.
They're not going to trade him. If they do, it would be next year. But I think once the season gets started, this rift you won't even hear about it no more. And actually, I think this could end up being a good thing because Baker Mayfield, like I said before, he plays better when his back's against the wall, when he has that he has that mindset, I'm going to prove you wrong. So him trying to prove the management wrong, that they were wrong to go after Deshaun Watson when they had him, that might be something that sets a fire under Baker. But Baker's kind of being soft here as well, too.
Yeah.
It's business. Hey, sorry, but Deshaun Watson's a lot better quarterback than Baker Mayfield. And if you can get Deshaun Watson, I'd get rid of Baker too. That's just part of business. You can't take it personal. And he took it personal, as you said, Jay, with his goodbye letter to Cleveland this morning.
Right.
Yeah, that was a little bit off.
But I think once they get back in the training camp and football operations, I think this will disappear, and you probably won't even hear much more about it. And if he has a good season, then the Browns will even have to give more money because he's going to hold this against them.
When's the last time? I'm curious. When's the last time the Browns drafted a quarterback and they gave him that second contract? I'm curious.
I don't think it's ever. It hasn't happened in a long time.
I probably wasn't even alive.
Because Manziel clearly didn't get it.
Nah, man, there's
Brady Quinn clearly didn't get it.
Part of the problem is Baker was overdrafted. He shouldn't have been the number one pick. In the
Of course he was overdrafted. He wasn't worth number one.
No, but he was. I guess the Browns need a quarterback though, so they had to kind of reach for him.
Here's the deal.
What was that? The 2016-17 draft? Maybe 18.
Yeah. So Damian Hernandez.
18, man.
Damian Hernandez comes out and says, that the Colts are going to be bringing in Matt Ryan as their quarterback. And it does make sense, Damian, that they would do that because, like we said earlier, between the three-team trade. Yeah, exactly. No, hey, Gonzo, I'm not stealing your thunder. Gonzo reported
Logan said it first.
Yeah, come on.
Oh,
Jay.
Logan. Yeah, okay. So, you're right. Logan, that's what I'm saying. So, Logan, I'm giving you all the due props, man. Look, hey, listen. I can't undercut Logan because he will beat me up outside of this, man. Logan is a very big guy. He's strong. He's muscular. He's much younger than I am. He's better looking. He'll beat me up. Listen,
you're right about all those, Jay. I'm just saying.
I know you are. Listen, I know when I'm outmatched. Okay, I know when I'm outmatched. Listen, so at the same time, okay, so. Yeah, obviously, if Matt Ryan does go to Indianapolis as a three-team trade, that means Houston's going to be getting all the picks, and Deshaun Watson's going to Atlanta. So, absolutely, Gonzo, question: how do you feel? How does it make you feel getting Matt Ryan as your quarterback after you just gave up Phillip Rivers? Watch this. You went to Phillip Rivers, Carson Wentz, and now Matt Ryan. How does that make you feel in terms of your ability to be relevant in the NFL?
Well, in one instant, I'm not happy just because we're getting another quarterback for 5 straight seasons.
Yeah.
But with the options that were out there, Matt Ryan's actually better than what I thought we was going to get. I was figure we might end up with Mariota or some of these other guys that had a chance to start that are now backups. But my only thing about Matt Ryan, it's not going to – I mean, he can still play, I think. But unless the Colts get a receiving core to help him out,
exactly.
I don't think they're going to be that much better. We have a good defense, but we need some weapons on the outside.
You got a solid O-line too. But
yep. So I mean, if we can get a receiver to help him out, I think the Colts will be all right because Ryan can. I mean, he can throw the ball, especially with the offensive line. He's going to have a better offensive line than he's had in Atlanta.
Yeah, in a long time.
Why didn't the Colts put their name in the hat for Devontae?
I don't know. I'd heard a rumor that he might end up with the Colts, so they might have, and maybe the Raiders had more to offer.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, do you think the fact that you haven't solidified a starting quarterback probably didn't look good enough to Devontae as well?
That might have been. Yeah. Damian said the Colts should bring back Jacoby Brissett. In his opinion, where is he?
No, hell no.
He got released by Miami, I think. So
he's already.
Watch this, Gonzo. I'm not saying I'm speaking for you, but I think I can speak for you in saying hell no to Brissett coming back.
Oh no, you can't bring Brissett back. You bring Brissett back, the Colts. The Colts fan base is going to go nuts if you bring Brissett back. Brissett a couple of years ago and only gave him 1 season.
That's true.
Wait, hold on. So you're saying the Colts fan base actually likes Brissett?
No, I'm saying the fan base would go crazy if they brought him back. They'd be mad.
In a bad way.
They might turn on the Colts.
They'll get the pitchforks ready, Jay. He said, well,
yeah, let me ask you that. Do you think that's true what Anthony Price is saying? He's saying that Aaron Rodgers negotiated his contract. Sure. He knew Devontae Adams would never play for that. So do you think when he was negotiating his contract, he knew that Devontae wasn't going to come back?
I would think so. I mean, it said that this deal had been trying to take place the last couple of days. They've been negotiating. So I'm sure Aaron knew that they said, hey, look, if you sign this, you're losing Devontae. And we said this from the beginning, that you can't have both of them. It's going to be tough.
Well, wait a minute, Logan. Wait a minute. Because that gives me and I say wait a minute because that gives me a secondary question or a follow-up question to both of you guys based on that. So does that mean that because Aaron Rodgers knew that basically can we say that Aaron Rodgers knows that he's not going to get a Super Bowl and he doesn't care about that? All he cares about really is the money because he knows he can't get a Super Bowl without Devontae.
They ain't got a wide receiving core right now. I tell you that much. They need some help there.
So he's got to know. He's got to know. So that means Aaron Rodgers is not a true competitor. Because if you're a true competitor, you're going to do everything with the right weapons in place to throw to.
Yeah.
Am I right? Am I wrong?
No, I mean, that's not a bad theory. It really isn't. I mean, this is a huge contract for a guy in his late 30s. He's going to be 40s when he's over. He said Kobe was doing good with the Colts.
He was before he got hurt.
Yeah, and then also another follow-up question for you, Chris, from Anthony said, can you see Jameis Winston playing for the Colts? That wouldn't be a bad option.
That's actually who I was hoping they would get would be Winston out of the guys available, because he was playing good last year for the Saints before he got hurt.
Because I would rather see Winston play for the Colts. I think Winston would definitely do much better for you guys. The problem is this: if
Winston and Ryan.
If what they're saying is true, though, that Watson is in a 3-team trade or a possible 3-team trade with Atlanta and Colts, that means you're getting Matt Ryan. We already know that. So that would put you out of the Winston talks. And you know what I'm saying? I can't imagine why that would be any different. Because where else would Matt Ryan go?
I would rather have Winston than Matt Ryan.
Oh, absolutely. I would rather have Winston than Matt Ryan as well, because he's mobile and he has a good arm.
Yeah.
And he's young. And you can get him cheap.
People forget 2 seasons ago, Winston threw 30 touchdowns in the NFL.
Yep.
He threw 32 interceptions, but he also threw 30 touchdowns. It's not easy to throw 30 touchdowns in the NFL.
Also,
no, it's not. It's not. And that's the thing with Anthony. That was the thing back in the day. When he was a gunslinger, he just didn't give a damn. He just threw the ball, and if it made it there, it made it there. If it didn't, it didn't. And 50% of the time, it made it there. And 50% of the time, it didn't. And that's what you got with Jameis Winston. But I think and I feel that Sean Payton has dramatically improved Winston's thinking ability. And I think he's got Winston on the right path now. And I think Winston is going to be a very good quarterback in the league. Matter of fact, I'm going to put this out there. Winston, whoever signs him, or whoever keeps him, is going to be a significant quarterback in the near future, because he has the tools. And I believe that Sean Payton has converted him and got him on the right path of righteousness. So watch out for Jameis Winston. That dude has got some serious
he's coming up somewhere. He said they have Randall. He said the Packers have Randall Cobb. Do y'all really think are they going to struggle with that? Randall Cobb. If this was 2012, I would have said, "Oh yeah, they're fine."
Yeah, this isn't prime Randall Cobb.
This is Randall Cobb trying to get another ring.
No.
Let me just say,
I will not allow this, Logan Gonzo. I will not allow this. We are not going to entertain.
Former Cowboy Randall Cobb. Who could ever forget those days, Jay?
Hey, Logan Gonzo. I'm not going to allow you guys to lower the IQ to answer that question. I'm not going to allow it to happen. Damien, I love you. Damien, love you, buddy. Appreciate you. Every day I appreciate you. But we are not answering that crazy-ass question.
And also, Jay, let me just talk a little bit about the other free. I'm not going to go too in-depth because we got some more topics. It seemed like the Jaguars free agency goal is just sign everyone and see if it sticks, because they have signed they signed Zay Jones from the Raiders to like a $30 million deal. He's not worth that much money. Not at all. He's like their 4th best receiver. But I think they know they need to overpay to get these players. And I feel like it's just we'll throw money at you, and if you come, we'll take it. But I don't know, man. They haven't made a whole lot of big moves for me. A
couple of things I want to point out, and I have one question, then we move on.
All right.
Zadarius Smith, we know, pulled a Randy Gregory. He was going to sign with the Ravens and then pulled out and said, you know what, I'm not feeling it. I'm not going to do it. Kind of curious to see where Zadarius Smith goes from here. With that being said, Tyrann Mathieu to the Bucks from the Chiefs. Ooh. How do you feel about that? Because that's a done deal. So Tyrann Mathieu is now going to the Bucks.
Badger.
How does that make obviously it's an upgrade on their defense. Would you agree?
I think so.
They re-signed. They come up with all this money.
I don't know. I think they don't care.
It's weird.
They just don't care about the luxury tax or whatever. They're just like, you know what, we'll pay whatever. They're kind of doing what the Dodgers and Yankees do. They go way over the tax, but they say, we'll pay. It might kill the franchise 10 years from now, but go for it now. Go broke. That's what we see.
Another one is, hey, your boys got Chandler Jones to the Raiders.
Yeah, big move.
That was a huge move for the Raiders. I think that's going to pan out very nicely.
I forget the guy's name. I forget his last name. They got the cornerback from the Ravens. I forget his name off the top of my head.
I can't. It's not going to mine either.
But they
made some
good moves, man. I'm happy.
Didn't you guys get a cornerback from the Colts too?
I believe so. I don't remember who it is. So they made a couple of moves. So I can't remember all of them.
I think it was Rocky Sin.
Rocky Sin. Yes, they got Rocky Sin.
I'm telling you right now, guys. Watch out for these Raiders.
He's boom or bust.
Hey,
that's true. He is boom or bust.
The entire AFC West will make the playoffs this year, guaranteed.
Hey, but I'll tell you this. I think the Raiders are going to be very intriguing, though, Logan. I think the Raiders are going to be intriguing, brother.
Yeah, they've made some good moves.
I'm liking
Maybe
what
make some good
McDaniel's
moves.
doing, man. I'm liking what the owners, McDaniel's, what they're all doing. So we'll see how it pays off, man.
My question is this. Oh, actually, Von Miller obviously signed a 6-year, $120 million deal to go to Buffalo. Obviously, he's too old. He's too old to see the full 6 years. I think Von Miller probably plays about 3 years. I think he plays 3 years, and I think it's front loaded. Would you guys agree with that?
I'd hope to God it's front loaded because he's going to be in his 40s. He's already, he's still a good player. Don't get me wrong, but I mean, like he was going to go to Denver, right? He's going to reunite. He might go back to LA, but I don't blame him for going to Buffalo. They handed him a truckload of money. He wasn't going to get that money anywhere else. He said, I'm going to go get mine. I don't know how much of it's guaranteed, but I'm sure it's a decent amount. And he's like, I'll go there and get my money and retire in a couple of years and not worry about the whole 6-year deal. He can retire whenever he wants to. He's paid. He's got his rings. He's good.
Man, look at my wife chiming in.
What's going on, Melody?
Hey, listen. Hey, y'all don't believe this, man, but hey, listen. Mel needs to be on this show, and she did a great job doing what I'm doing right now, and I wish she was here sometimes because it made my life easier. But she's not. Damn it. But we love Mel. Mel's a big supporter of this show, and listen, she's an educator, and she's doing good things. So,
all right, let's keep moving, Jay.
Real quick. One last question. Julio Jones gets released from the Titans. It's reported that he's going to sign with Tampa.
Boy, the Falcons are looking smarter and smarter.
Do you think, Logan and Gonzo, quick answers, but I want your answers. Does Julio Jones' career get resurrected with Tom Brady, Logan?
Nah, because I don't think he'll be that. If he goes to Tampa, he'll be like the number 3 receiver, honestly. Because, he's older, obviously, but you've got Adams. They just signed Godwin to a big deal. So, he'll be that third option, but I think his glory days are behind him. And like I said a minute ago, I think the Falcons made a great deal by moving off from him. So, you got draft picks for him that you could maybe move, that you could use, Jay, to get Deshaun Watson.
Right.
I'm just saying, he missed the vast majority of the year last year with injuries. And, he didn't do really much on the field. I think he had under 500 yards. So, it is what it is. Also, he's okay. Now Adams gone to the Packers or go to the Raiders. Julio Jones or Juju. I thought Juju had a couple of years left on his contract. Or am I just crazy?
Juju's still with their Steelers. He ain't going
okay. It wouldn't be a bad fit. He could maybe sign a cheap deal for Green Bay. Honestly, that wouldn't be a bad move. I'd be cool with that. He said Jones is just chasing a ring. Aren't we all, though? To be honest, though, Anthony Bryce isn't everyone chasing a ring.
Gonzo, my question for you, sir, is does Tom Brady resurrect Julio Jones' career, or is it just going to be whatever?
I think it's just going to be whatever, like it was in Tennessee, just for the fact that Julio Jones can't stay healthy. If he could stay healthy, we've seen what he can do, but his body's just, I don't know if it's just broken down from the years of playing, or he just keeps getting little injuries where he can't play. And because I thought he was going to go to Tennessee and have a good year, and really you didn't hear much from him at all. But it was due to injuries, and unfortunately, I think that's going to be the same problem in Tampa Bay.
And that's a shame because you know what? Honestly, I really enjoy watching Julio Jones play.
Oh, he's a great player. It's just
I just feel like he wasted so much of his career in Atlanta. He did have the one Super Bowl run, but man, bro, I think he could have done something somewhere else a lot quicker. You know what I mean? And and Logan, I know you're not an Atlanta Falcons fan. Listen, even if he was the Cowboys, it'd be the same situation. I wish he could have gone somewhere and got him a ring because I feel like what Julio Jones did for the NFL was amazing, and the fact that he just did not get the ring, it just sucks, man. Because
17 was his best option,
I think that was his best option. You know what? I'm gonna tell you right now, Matt Ryan. I'm gonna tell you right now, real quick, and we're gonna go on this subject. If I'm Matt Ryan, if I'm Julio Jones, I'm pissed the freak off at Dan Quinn because I believe Dan Quinn was their defensive coordinator at the time, correct? Or he was head coach. He's head coach. I'm pissed off because let me tell you something. You don't go into the third quarter up 28-3, take your foot off the gas pedal defensively, and then let your team go down the damn drain.
It's a combination of him and Shanahan because Shanahan was the one running the offense.
God, if I'm that quarterback, if I'm that wide receiver, I'm pissed.
We've seen Shanahan's track record in the fourth quarters of
Ain't
Super
the
Bowls
best.
now.
Oh, that you're right. No, that we have. All right, real quick, guys. Let's move on to this topic real quick. Will the Lakers make the playoffs? We're not going to spend a lot of time here. We're going to keep it short and simple. I'm going to tell you right now. Number one, LeBron James can't hit 50-point games to keep them winning night in and night out. Look, LeBron James is special. No. I'm not going to discredit LeBron in any way, other than the fact that he's a terrible evaluation of talent, and he's a terrible GM. Terrible. I don't recommend it in his career at all. Stay with education. Stay with your, all your other philanthropical aspects and your entrepreneurial things. Stay there. Stay playing. Be a player, and be the player that you are. But stop getting involved in being a GM. That's not your forte. Number two, the Lakers are not going. Look, the Lakers are going to make the playoffs. That's a given. It's a given. They're going to make the playoffs, but they're going to be out within the first round. I'll be honest with you. Logan, I don't think the Lakers make it out of the play-in. I think the Lakers get beat in the play-in, and we're done talking about the Lakers for this year.
See, I don't have a problem with you saying that, Jay. I have a problem with you saying that you think they're going to make it to the playoffs, because, I mean,
no, I think they'll make it to the playoffs. I do. I think they will fight tooth. I think they're going to scamper in. It's going to be on their heels, but I think they scamper into the playoffs. But I don't think they make it out of the. I think they lose in the play-in is where I think their season ends.
So with about maybe 12 games left, give or take, in the season, there's only about 5 teams in the running for the 9 and 10 spots, right? Because the Lakers are about 6 or 7 games behind the Clippers for the 8th seed. So right now the Lakers are number 9 with a horrible 29-40 record when everyone thought they'd be 40-29. Then you have the New Orleans Pelicans at 10, who are only a game behind them for that 9 seed. Then in the 11th spot, you have the San Antonio Spurs, who are 27-43. Then the Trailblazers at 26-42, and then I'll throw the Kings in there because they're 25-46. So, I mean, those are only 3 to 4 games apart. The Lakers have lost 3 in a row, and they've only won 2 games after the All-Star break. And like you mentioned before, those are both games in which LeBron has scored over 50 points. They haven't won beside then.
Exactly. So LeBron has scored 50 points for those guys to win.
I say they make the play-in as a 10 seed. I think they drop the 9, make it as a 10. And they're not going to make it easy. I think they make it by 1, maybe 2 games at most. They're not going to magically go on this run. They haven't done it all season.
I believe that.
I don't believe them enough to go on a 5-game win streak. I don't. They ain't proved it to me yet.
Gonzo, my question is this to you. 2 questions, actually. 2 questions, Gonzo. Number 1, do the Lakers make the playoffs? Number 2, how far do they go?
I'll answer both questions with number 1. I don't think they're going to make the playoffs.
Well, there you go.
They're only 3,
and that's not, and that's okay. That's a valid response. That's a valid response because they may not make the playoffs.
And the reason I don't think so is they're 1 game ahead of New Orleans.
Yep.
3 games ahead of the next team. I think 3.5.
Right. Yeah.
And then LeBron James is questionable for tomorrow night's game with his knee. LeBron don't play tomorrow. Davis is already out. That could be another loss. I mean, and they looked bad against Minnesota the other night. The Timberwolves were clowning on them, man.
I mean, shout out to the Timberwolves for having a pretty good season, though. Let
me say that, and you guys correct me if I'm wrong. Now I'm going to go far left with this comment. I'm going to go far left. Gonzo. I'm telling you right now, I'm going far left. When I say,
I'm curious, Jay. What do you got?
Is it just me, or does this team of NBA legends, are they playing like a rebuild?
Pretty much. I mean, it's LeBron who's old, carrying the team on his back, with street clothes Davis just chilling. Russell Westbrook's dropped his trade value down to that of a rock.
He's just chilling. He just has uniform on.
I'm about to say, Russell Westbrook's that 13th down the bench right now that just gets the uniform. He's getting treated like the water boy. He gets thrown in the game. That poor guy, man, he's went through a lot this year. And, he's ready to get out of LA as soon as he can.
Did you watch any of that game the other night when they played Minnesota?
I saw some clips. I will say the best part of that.
Did you hear the crowd telling him to shoot?
I didn't see that, but I did see when he airballed a 3-pointer and Karl Anthony Towns was looking for where the wind was at for the airball.
Yeah, they were clouded on Westbrook the whole game. Fans were chanting for him to shoot.
Dude, I think he might go in the hiding. He might go to Sacramento. He might go to that other team out there in California, because I don't know who else would want him right now. But
all right, hey, look, we're gonna move this along a little bit.
Yeah. Okay.
Hey, real quick, guys. Milan Bolden Morris. Am I saying her name right?
Yeah. Oh, yep.
Am I saying okay? I want to make sure I had her name right. Milan Bolden Morris is the first female graduate assistant coach in Power 5 history. She's the first female graduate to coach at a Big Ten school. She's got a master's in sports management from Georgetown, and she led the Hoyas in scoring, and she led the Big East in 3-pointers this season. Yeah. My statement is this. You know, I really believe, you know, if you look at Rodman's daughter, what was her? I cannot remember her first name.
Trinity, I believe. Trinity Rodman.
No, you're right. No, Logan. God, that's why I'm glad you're on this show.
I got a little bit
of a great memory. You got Trinity Rodman doing her thing in soccer, being the first woman to the first woman to make over $1 million in sports in the U.S. Because we already know that Brittany Griner makes $1 million in Russia, but in the U.S. she's the first woman to make $1 million in the U.S. And I'm so ready for NBA playoffs. Oh, please.
Thanks for the comment, Damien. Hey, we love you.
Hey, and of course, Damien Hernandez always chimes in with his great comments, man. Damien, I love you, man. You got the craziest out of the box comments. We love you, brother. We do. We love you, Damien. But no, hey, listen, great things are coming up for the women, man. Mm-hmm. Jay, love you, man. But no shit, Sherlock. Of course, they're in rebuild. Okay. Yeah. Okay, Damien. Hey, damn. Okay, didn't need to show shit, Sherlock. Okay, got you, Bubba.
He went there for you.
Hey, point is, you know what? Game, set, match, Damien. Game, set, match. Checkmate. Okay, that you got me. Rebuild. Yes, they are. No, look, I don't want to take the emphasis away from her and what she's doing, because let me tell you something, guys. We're in an era now where I think gender equality, I think diversity and ethnicity is all coming under a new microscope, a new lens, a new day. Everything is brand new. And I'm telling you, man, we've seen how many firsts have we seen? We've seen a woman kick a field goal in college football SEC.
Yep.
Remember that?
Yep.
We saw
19 or 20.
God, there's so many women that have done so many things for the first. I just mentioned, we talked about Trinity Rodman getting the first $1 million contract. We got Becky Hammond going from being the first as a female assistant, I believe it was, assistant coach, now getting her first shot in the WNBA as a head coach. I mean, my point is this: women are just exploding. They are exploding on the scene. They are doing things that we have not seen done before, and gender equality is literally moving leaps and bounds, and it's about damn time. Now, if we can get the NFL to be more diversified in their head coaching, and let's be honest, folks, let's be truly honest. You know it's not diversified. We all know the NFL head coaching is not diversified. And if you call me a liar, I'm going to tell you to go look at Hackett for Denver. And tell me that Hackett is better than Brian Flores. You tell me that. And if you can tell me that, then I will. Then if you give me solid, tangible results and facts, okay, I'll give it to you. But until then, just understand the NFL is far from ever being truly diversified. Right. It just is. And great for her, and great for women, and great for all things, because she is a pioneer among women and doing great things for women. Logan, your thoughts?
Yeah, like you said, it's National Women's Month. We always like to try and highlight some great accomplishments with women, at least once a week per show, right? At least we always try and get something on here. But I mean, it's great to see she's going to be working with the quarterbacks at Michigan, a very prestigious school for not even just football, but just colleges in general. Working with Coach Harbaugh, one of the most experienced coaches out there right now. She's going to learn a lot, Jay. And I mean, I feel like, if she wants to continue this path, working with quarterbacks or working with just within the coaching ranks of football, I mean, she's already doing great. She started off at a very high-profile school. It's not like, like we've seen in years past with all the other head coaches where they start off at some Division III school doing, just starting off barely as an assistant. I mean, she's basically going to be, like a graduate assistant coach for the quarterbacks in Michigan. So that's already a great thing to put on your resume at such a young age, too. Like I said, she just got out of college. So, I mean, it wouldn't surprise me in the next 10 years or so, Jay, we could see her in the NFL somewhere, whether it's a head coach or working on the sidelines as an assistant to the quarterback still, or just maybe offensive mind. Who knows? I mean, but the possibilities are endless because she's starting here at such a young age. And obviously Michigan trusts her to do this job with the quarterbacks. And I can't wait to see how she does. I think we wish the best for her, and we're happy that we were able to cover this topic and kind of give her flowers and celebrate her this month.
Real quick, you just saw
Bears
I think Ramirez posted. So Pringle leaves the Chiefs,
go to the Bears,
and signs with the Bears.
How much you get paid, Damien? Because he probably got a good bit of money.
Yeah, give us a little insight on that, because I'm not watching it right now to get the insight. But I'm going to say this: whatever he's getting paid, it is what it is. But I'm going to say this right now: that's a huge win for the Bears.
Yeah, so, I mean,
he's a good wide receiver. He's going to be another addition for Justin Fields to throw to, especially since they just lost Robinson, for crying out loud. But man, Greg Broderick, if you're out there, I know you're a diehard Chiefs Kingdom guy. If you don't know who Chiefs Kingdom is, that's a show that's now on ASAP. It's on YouTube, and where Greg Broderick talks nothing but all things Kansas City Chiefs related. Chiefs Kingdom. You can find it on YouTube under ASAP. So that's my plug out there for Greg. But Greg, you got to be sad, man. You got to be sad seeing your boy Pringle leave, because now that means you got Hardman, and you got your boy Tyreek Hill, and then you got Travis Kelce. Those are now your three. You've lost your fourth musketeer. Now you're down to the three musketeers. Logan, your thoughts on Bolden Morris?
Chris, I just gave mine. So what you got, Chris? I'm
sorry, Chris. I apologize.
I'll tell you what, she must be real smart and a good coach, because she never had no football experience. She was a college basketball player.
Right.
For her to go in,
that's weird to me, right?
Yeah.
She's basketball. Now she's going to be the offensive quarterbacks, I guess, assistant coach or whatever it is over it. Yeah. That's a weird move. Like, does that even make sense?
And from what I read, Harbaugh said he interviewed her 4 or 5 times, and he just loved her attitude and loved her vision, everything about her. And her brother is a defensive end for Michigan. So her brother.
Let me ask you, Chris, what I want you to tell me is this, because you made a really good point. She is a person that is associated primarily with basketball. How is that going? And I understand she's under more sports management. That's her degree. How is she going to really, truly translate? Look, Chris, you can watch people out there coaching 20 ways from Sunday. Doesn't mean you're going to be a great coach. Do you really think for 1 minute, and listen, I'm not trying to discredit Bolden Morris at all, but I'm keeping it real, and I'm keeping it unbiased. And my unbiasedness, as much as I want to see her succeed, and I want to see her succeed for gender equality, but let's be honest, can her experience in the basketball realm and a little bit of watching her dad coach really, truly make her the right candidate for the job?
That's why I'm not going to lie. I was surprised that she got such a high-profile position. But, I mean, Jim Harbaugh says, and I read her quote, that she said that being a point guard in college is a lot like, or in basketball is a lot like being the quarterback, because you got to make decisions under stress, and you're the one that keeps the team going. So I can see the comparisons. Yeah, but, I mean, hey, Jim Harbaugh is a good football coach, and she's going to be learning from a guy that played quarterback and a guy that's a pretty good coach. So, I mean, there ain't a whole lot more people you could want to learn from besides Jim Harbaugh.
Yeah, good point.
Chris, I call bullshit. No, for real. And I'm not calling bullshit on you. I'm calling bullshit on whoever said that or her thinking that being a point guard could be a quarterback in the NFL. Bullshit. I get the reference. I get the reference of making decisions. Okay, I get that. I can see how they would link that. Okay, I get that. That's a good point because you're a facilitator. A quarterback is a facilitator in the offense, just like a point guard is a facilitator in basketball. I get that. That makes sense to me.
You don't have 300 power beams running that you try to take your head off.
That's true.
But Chris, here's where it goes wrong for me. She cannot teach a quarterback mechanics. She cannot teach a quarterback the drop steps. She cannot teach a quarterback the timing and all the other intangibles, reading all the different routes. To say just because I was a point guard, now I can all of a sudden teach a quarterback is complete and total bullshit.
Yeah, I think what's going on
because it's so far different.
It's going
point guard, you dribble the ball up the court and you facilitate who you're going to pass the ball to. But I'm sorry, in the NFL world and the quarterback world of college, it does not even come close to translating.
No, I agree.
But anyway, I don't want to discredit her so much because, like I said, she's making good leads and gender equality. But I do question, and I think all of us have to question: is she qualified to teach quarterbacks the quarterback position, given that she has no college experience in football, much less quarterback experience or anything else of that nature? I get that she took a master's degree in sports management. I get that she watched her father on defense, but she's not hired for defense. She's hired for offense. She's hired for the quarterback position. She's hired to teach somebody mechanics and the things that it takes to be a quarterback at the college level and to transcend the college level to the NFL level. And I just have a hard time, as much as I want to believe in her, as much as I want to believe in her, and I want her to be successful, I have to question, as a reporter, as an analyst, I have to question her skill sets to fit
the most qualified candidate.
Yeah, and I just have to question her skill sets to fit that position. I'm sorry, I have to. But anyway, good job, Molden Morris. I'm not trying to discredit you. I do believe that I want women to be successful, but I want women to be successful for the right reasons. And I don't care how well you interview. You can interview 20 ways from Sunday. It doesn't mean that you can translate that interview to on-the-field success. I'm going to leave that there. Let y'all stare and marinate. Let y'all stew upon that. As we go into Deshaun Watson says nope to the Browns. Okay, we've already kind of covered this. We're just going to gloss over this real fast. Deshaun basically told the Browns, nope, I'm not coming your way. Look someplace else. I'm looking now at the Panthers, the Falcons, and the Saints. Baker's basically left to pick up the remains and move and carry on. You guys, I think we've pretty much killed the beast on this and shot the horse and everything else in between. But Logan, I'm going to give you final thoughts on this topic before we move on to Gonzo.
Yeah, final thoughts on this one. Just, I've said he's not going to Cleveland now. But, yeah, I mean, there's still some options. He is going to go to the NFC South more than likely, either to the Saints or to the Falcons. The Colts are still in the mix. You never know. So it looks like he's going to go down south, maybe back to Atlanta, because, Jay, he did play high school football in Atlanta. So that is a connection there. And also, got an update. Byron Pringle signed a 1-year, $6 million with a $4 million guaranteed with the Bears. So, I mean, that's not a whole lot of money, but, I mean, it might be more than what the Chiefs were offering, honestly.
So that's a pretty good deal for the Bears.
Yeah.
No, let's be honest, that's a very, very cap-friendly deal.
He said, Jay feeling like the Grinch today.
I mean, it just is what it is. Look, as analysts of any podcast, you have to be able to look at things from an outside perspective, even though you want Like, I want her to be successful. I want all these great accolades for her and for women. But at the same time, I don't want it to just be a dog in a show and pony show. I want it to be the real deal.
Yeah, you don't want to just be a token woman there just because she's a woman. Be there because you deserve to be there.
And that's really where I'm coming from in that.
And but she might prove that she deserves. I mean, we'll see.
Yeah. Time will tell.
Gonzo, Deshaun Watson says nope to the Browns. What's next for the Baker Mayfield? I know we kind of touched this already. Do you have any final thoughts on this process?
Yeah, just like I said earlier, I think once the season starts, you won't hear much about this. They're not going to trade Baker, and I think once the season starts, I could say it could be a good thing for Baker. He plays good with a chip on his shoulder when he's the underdog. I mean, he walked on in college. He's been told no all his life, and he's been able to make it happen. So I think they'll get through this, and I think Baker will be the Browns starting quarterback this season. Now, after that, we'll see.
Time will tell.
My final thought on that is I think this is going to be a testament as to how much of a professional Baker Mayfield is, and can he put personal things aside, pick up where he left off with the Browns, and continue forward. And I hope that he can. My hope is that Baker Mayfield will be successful, and my hope is that Baker Mayfield – will find what he's looking for with the Cleveland Browns. And Baker, hey, look, you got a hard road to travel. I know you kind of feel like you're up against the wall with the Browns, maybe not feeling loved or wanted, but I think this is your time to excel at your position and show the Browns what they almost gave up. And I think you'll do that. Carrying on to the next topic, folks, we are at the final topic. Logan, I didn't think you ever thought we would get here.
We made it, Jay.
But we are here.
Our match.
And this match was brought to you by Chris Gonzo Gonzales in reflection of the week that we are on, remembering the great Scott Hall, who has recently passed away off of life support. Hulk Hogan versus Scott Hall, WCW Nitro, July 13th, 83 or 90? It was 1993, wasn't it? No, 1998. It was July 13th, 1998.
Yeah.
Was this match. And NWO, baby, New World Order. Let's go. Your boy, Razor Ramon. Scott Hall throws his toothpick at the referee. Says I'm ready to go. Bites Hulk Hogan put his fingers, because he tried to stuff the do-rag into Scott Hall's mouth. Scott Hall bites his fingers to the point where Hulk Hogan can't continue on, and he goes off to the left in pain. And then he gets suplexed by Hogan. Hogan puts a sleeper hold on Hall for a few minutes, and then it gets reversed, and Hall then reverses and puts a sleeper hold on Hogan. Diamond Dallas Page, or Diamond Page Dallas. Is Diamond Dallas Page, am I right? Diamond Dallas Page?
Yep.
Comes in and hits Hogan and the referee, and they're both knocked out for a second. Kevin Nash then comes in to help. And Kevin winds up helping out Hall, but Hall turns on him. Hall basically hits Kevin Nash, and Nash basically gives the too sweet symbol to Hall at the end of the match. Hall ultimately wins. And it was a very short match. I think the match lasted less than, it was right about 9.5 minutes, close to 10 minutes. It was fairly, it was fairly back and forth, a little bit of suplex action, a little bit of body slam action. But like I said, the match was short. A couple of sleeper holds were put in. Diamond Dallas Page, Kevin Nash come into the fold, and it becomes a little bit of a melee at that point. But Razor Ramon definitely put on a good performance in that shot, known as Scott Hall. Logan, your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, solid match. Like I said, it was from Nitro, their weekly program. Hulk Hogan, of course, everyone knows who that is. Eric Bischoff, the guest referee. And so, like you said, he was kind of playing unfair, right, Jay? You saw that he wasn't seeing what some of the stuff that Hogan was doing, but he was right on top of what Hall was doing for some of the stuff. And you just got the wackiness of here come four guys running in. Also, Jay, I will test your little bit of a knowledge here. Did you notice the guy on the outside with kind of the long flowing hair with, like, I think the sunglasses?
Yes, I did. I didn't know much about it, but I do remember that. Yes.
Okay. Do you know that is actually a former WWF wrestler who you might know from back in the 80s? His name was the Disciple in WCW, along with 50 other ones. But any guess as to who he was in the WWF? He had a very memorable gimmick. Wasn't much of a wrestler.
I'm gonna tell you right off, Logan. No, I don't know.
It was Brutus the Barber Beefcake. I'm not sure if you're familiar.
I do remember Beefcake.
That is who that was.
Do. Yes, I do remember. Was that him?
Yep, that was him. He just grew his hair out, changed his name 25 times, and was best friends with Hulk Hogan, which is why he was always on TV for some reason. But anyway,
that's interesting. Okay, I got you.
Like I said, decent match. Wasn't nothing too crazy, but it was just more of the insanity of seeing, DDP and Kevin Nash come out and all that. And I mean, it was a fine match. It was nice to watch, just seeing all the insanity come out, and Hulk Hogan with the freaking do-rag on. What a weird time that was. What do you got, Chris? I mean, you are the one who picked this match. What made you want to go with this?
It's just an interesting match because you have the NWO red and black and NWO black and white going at each other, and Bischoff, who's involved in NWO as the referee. I wanted to show Jay a Scott Hall match since we went with the Razor Ramon.
No, it was a good match.
Yeah.
No, it was a good match. My question is this: how old do you think Hulk Hogan was in that match? Because it's got to be at least late 60s, early 70s.
No, not that old. No, he's
not that old.
Right now he's 68. So he was.
Hulk Hogan is 68 as we speak.
Yeah, so he was born in 53.
So he was late 40s.
Yeah, late 40s. But I mean, God, he don't look like it though.
But you know what though? I will tell you this: in this match, I noticed Hulk Hogan's 22-inch arms were not 22 inches in this match.
And it's still weird. It was still weird watching this match and hearing the crowd boo Hogan.
Yeah.
It's still weird because you watch so many matches where everybody is always cheering Hogan and he's the hero.
That was back in, Hogan went to a really weird phase, didn't he?
It's still kind of weird.
Because Hogan went from being the good guy, playing the good guy,
he was
playing the bad guy.
He was the white meat baby face to take your prayer. Literally, that's what he was saying.
Hey, Jay, do you know who resurrected Hogan's career and talked him into turning heel?
Scott Hall.
Scott Hall.
Scott Hall resurrected his career?
By talking him into turning heel, Hogan wasn't going to do it.
Oh, that's interesting. I think
I know which match we need to show him now, Chris, for Saturday. The famous bash at the beach where the NWO was formed. So that's what we're going to be watching on Saturday. And you will see why the NWO was formed, Jay, and go from there on out. One of the most famous scenes in wrestling history. So that's what we're going to be watching on Sunday.
Sounds good to me, man. Hey, listen, if you guys are out there, if you're learning at these review matches like I'm learning, I feel like a prodigy right now, and I feel like my senseis are Logan Landers, Frankie C, and Gonzo. These are my wrestling senseis. And as we go through these historical matches leading up to WrestleMania, hey, there's my wife right there. How beautiful is she? Is she not just the most beautiful thing you ever seen? She makes me look 10 times better because I'm horrible looking, but she really ups my value score. You know what I'm saying? But no, hey, listen, man. Listen, I'm learning a lot. And as we go up to April 2nd, April 3rd, WrestleMania live coverage that we're going to be doing, you can see Gonzo will be there. Chris Robinson will be there. Frankie C will be there. Logan Landers will be there. I'll be there. We're all going to be looking at and commenting on WrestleMania, and it's going to be a really fun, amazing time. And I'm learning a lot as we build up to that level. All right, folks. Hey, listen, we have gotten to the end of our show. We are now in the final thoughts realm of life. And Logan, if you don't mind, please, sir, give me your final thoughts before we get out of here for the day.
Yeah, everyone, if you're out tonight enjoying St. Patrick's Day, be safe. We got some good shows coming up on Saturday. We're going to be talking more free agency news in baseball and the NFL. We got March Madness going on. We got a lot of fun sports going on. Our classic match review also. So stay tuned for all that. It's going to be a good show.
All right, Gonzo, final thoughts, brother.
Today's been a great day in sports, and tomorrow's going to be another great day with the NCAA tournament still going on.
Mm-hmm.
This weekend, you got NBA, UFC, got a lot of different things, and college wrestling nationals are on. I'm actually watching some of it right now. We call it the March Madness instead of March Madness.
Yeah.
And that's going on this weekend with the national championship Saturday night. So there's a big weekend in sports.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, here's my final thoughts. My final thoughts are 49-46, Kentucky over St. Peter's. So it's a three-point margin with a little over 11 minutes and 46 minutes in the game. So we got a lot of game left. It's only a 3-point margin. Final thoughts for you guys. I got one question for each of you. Who's going to win tonight's matchup between Kentucky and St. Peter's? Logan?
I got Kentucky pulling it out.
Gonzo?
I have Kentucky pulling it out as well.
You know what? Just to spite you people, I'm going to go against the grain. I'm going to go against the grain. You know what? Just for the hell of it, I'm going to go against the grain. Gonzo, I got $1 million. I don't really have $1 million. I got maybe $5.78 in my account. But you can have all $5.78 if I lose. And I'm going to take Loyola.
That barely get you a gallon of gas anymore.
Yeah.
Hey, why you BSing? I can't. You know what's really weird? I'm not going to go long. I'm not going to go on a tangent. But they will only give us $75, and that's it. Once you get $75, they cut the pup. They come to pup off. So however much gas you get at $75, that's what you get.
So you can't even fill your tank up, dude.
No, I've got a 25-gallon tank, and I'm lucky if I get 18 gallons in that thing. But anyway, it's interesting. It's interesting. I will tell you this, guys. What a time to be alive. What a time to be alive. We're above ground. We're seeing March Madness. We're getting ready for the NBA playoffs. We're getting ready for the beginning of baseball. I mean, is this not a great time to be alive? I mean, it's crazy, right?
Oh, it's awesome, man. We got sports are back. Fans are ready to go in the stadium. It's going to be a good time, man.
All right, folks, we're going to get our butts out of here. We're going to let you guys do what you got to do. Before we get out of here, I will say this. You can catch me and Gonzo tonight on Real Talk. It starts at 9 o'clock on ASAP Network. And we really appreciate the ASAP Network providing the platforms that they give us to give our show out on. We really appreciate those guys. They're amazing. All right, man. Listen, it's your boy Gonzo. It's your boy. Oh, Gonzo, did you have any of your shows you wanted to plug before we get out of here?
Well, Saturday night, after you get done watching Unscripted, I'll be doing a live stream of another independent pro wrestling show if you're a wrestling fan.
There you go.
Come check it out on YouTube and Twitch at Gonzo Sports Room.
There you go. Gonzo Sports Room, ladies. Gonzo Sports Room. This guy's got the best wrestling stuff in town. Check out Gonzo Sports Room. Logan, it's your boy, Jay McLovin. And until next time, folks, it's Unscripted. We will see you Thursday. No, wow, my bad. This is Thursday.
Saturday.
Listen, Logan, I'm old, but I'm not that old. I will figure this out. I might be slow, but I'm not that slow. But listen, hey, we will see you guys Saturday at 8 p.m. Eastern with a lot more stuff to talk about in the sports world. Until then, you guys have a safe night and enjoy the rest of the NCAA March Madness first round.
All sports, all plays.
Happy St. Patty's Day.
All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays.